to take place of our chat for tomorrow, because tomorrow we're launching that brand new DFT. So that's exciting. So tomorrow at 8 p.m. Eastern is that company call. I'll put the flyer. I don't remember where I saw it. It's probably in our email, but I'll put that flyer in the chat. If you find it before I do, put it in the chat. It is a phone call that you're going to want to get on early. These CEO calls with new products or launch calls, they fill up very, very quick. M or Katie, they might do like a Zoom where you can kind of listen to it too. But if you can get on the actual call, sometimes that's kind of fun. So I usually dial in about half hour early. That sounds crazy, but I dial in a half hour early just to kind of like save my spot. And then I put my phone to the side and I turn it way, way down until 8 o'clock. And then I come back to it and I turn up my volume. But they're going to be announcing that new DFT. It's supposed to be the new and improved formula for like the best one that we've launched yet as far as weight loss is concerned. So it's supposed to be for weight loss, for mental clarity, and for energy. And they say it's been like, it's our best one yet. So I'm super excited for that. I was looking at, because I have a couple customers at work who are super interested in the DFT. And I thought originally it was going to be like burn, where it's one on one side of the body and one on the other, but it looks like it's just one. It's just like kind of like in a triangle shape. It's kind of cool, but it helps support cancer too, cancer research. So I think that that's something cool that we can share on our stories, something definitely to talk about, that it's not all about us, right? We're here for a bigger purpose. So I loved talking about that too, but I wanted to kind of open this up as like a March game plan, because it's the end of the month. Tomorrow is March 1st, which is crazy. And every single one of you on here right now is pushing for 4K. Okay. And there's absolutely no reason why you cannot have a $4,000 bonus coming to your family. Okay. I will tell you, some of you guys were not here when I went 4K, but when I went 4K, I, for the longest time, did not think it was possible, because it was little old me working by myself. It was just little old me trying to come up with $4,000 in volume. And I remember they launched a tag team deal, which is where you order products and your friend orders products and you get double the amount in free product. Okay, that's what our tag team deals are. And I remember I woke up that morning, the morning that I went 4K, my volume was like $1,200 or something like that. Like I felt like I was nowhere close. But at the same time, it was the last day of the last month that I could earn. No, it wasn't the last month. It was almost the last month that I could earn that bonus. Like my time was running out, right? And I was like, I've got to make this happen. Like it's no question, this is mine and I'm going for it. And I remember like a week before that moment, I wrote myself a $4,000 check myself, and I put it under my pillow and I slept on it. And every single night I closed my eyes and I said, I am a 4K leader. And I spoke affirmations to myself and I was grateful for what I already had. And I was writing down every single day, like, I'm grateful for my health. I'm grateful for my family. But I would also write down, like, I am a 4K leader. I am confident. I am da 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 da. Right. And I was listening to Craig Groeschel, which is one of my favorite leadership podcasts right now. He's with Life Church, but he says, did you guys listen to that Winning the War in Your Mind that M shared on Sunday? That was incredible. I listened to it again today, because the other day I listened to it. I don't think I listened to it on Sunday, but I listened to it like a couple of days later. I had to walk into the bathroom, tears in my face. And I was just like, oh my God, this spoke to me. And so I listened to it again today. And he says on there that our life is always going in the direction of our strongest thought. And so if you're constantly telling yourself, I'm never going to get 4K. There's no way that I can make $4,000 in sales happen. There's no way I can do this. Then guess what? You're going to show up online as the girl who's not confident in the products that she has, the girl who's not confident in the business that she has, in the community that we have here. And there's no possible way that you're going to be able to inspire that other girl on the other side of the screen if you don't believe it for yourself first. And so I want you to start there when you go forward into March 1st tomorrow. I want you to look at February and say, okay, what did I do that I killed it at? Did I sell however many samples? Did I sign a customer? Am I proud of myself for February? Right? Every single one of you guys on this screen right now should be proud of what you did for February. Right? I'm proud of what you did for February. Some of you are new and some of you, Karen, you've been here for a while, but I am proud of every single thing that you did for February. But can you write down what you did? Because the only way that you know where you're going to go is by knowing where you're sitting right now, right? So for February, I want you to look back. I want you to say, okay, I sold X amount of samples. I signed X amount of customers and I signed X amount of promoters. And what do you want your March to look like? If you sold 2 samples in February, can you double it? Can you triple it? Can you just write down, if you sold 2 samples in February, can you just write down that your goal is 6 samples in March? You don't have to believe it right this second. Write down that you're going to sell 6 samples in March. Write down that you, for the March 1st tomorrow is your VIP 800, and you're going to go sign 2 customers and 2 promoters in the next 14 days. And just how Lindsay says, every 14 days is a new 14 days. Maybe we need to adopt that mindset. I don't care if you never hit your VIPs. Guess what? I never hit my VIPs. But I adopted that mindset when we did our VIP reboot. And I signed 2 customers and 2 promoters, and I hit my VIP 800. 2 of you are on here tonight, right? When we did our VIP reboot, when I had that mental check with myself that I don't care if I never hit my VIPs before, guess what? I've helped somebody hit a VIP before, right? That has no connection to if I'm going to be a great leader, if I'm going to be successful in this business. It has no connection, right? And if you are caught in that mental trap of feeling like, well, I don't have anything to show for it yet, or I have only signed 1 customer this month, or I can't get samples out for the life of me, right? The reason why is because the way you're talking to yourself about it. And I don't want you to get stuck in that trap because you will be stuck there for a very long time. And I don't want you to be stuck there for a very long time like I was. And so write down what you did for February. Even if it's scary, even if you signed no promoters for February, write down a 0. And can we write down 2 for March? I know there's 2 women on the other side of that screen that we can impact with our story. I just got real vulnerable on Facebook Live and talked about how I don't like being a nurse. Do you know how sweaty my palms were? I don't like talking about that, especially because everybody at work thinks they need to be my Facebook friend. And they watch my every move. And there's even people who are like, oh, you need to be careful. You need to be careful what you're saying. No, I don't need to be careful. You've never seen ever what hospital I work for, what corporation I work for, and I've never showed my badge other than where it says registered nurse, right? I am respectful, I am tactful, but that's my story. And if I'm just the girl who shows up and says, these vitamins are amazing, who wants them? Right? Versus if I'm the girl who's like, listen, I went to school for 4 years and came out $40,000 in debt. And I'm 10 years later, I still haven't paid off my student loans and I don't like my job. But this is what I'm doing about it. Right? Which one do you connect to more? The girl who's like, dude, I don't like my job, but I like this one. I like this one because of this, and this is where I'm going. This is where I was. I'm not stuck there anymore. This is where I'm going, right? It doesn't matter if you don't have it yet. It doesn't matter if you don't have it yet. I put in the planning Zoom today. I don't care if you don't have an auto bonus. Guess what? You could put up a little confident post that says, because of this DFT, I'm going to have my car paid for, right? Write down what you did for February and be passionate about what you're about to do for March. There is no, like I said that this was a game plan, but if I'm being honest with you, there is no game plan. We know what we need to do. We know that the only roadmap that we need in this business is VIP 800, 2 customers, 2 promoters, $800 in volume. Those 2 promoters, you're helping find 2 customers and 2 promoters, $800 in volume. If they have time left over in their VIPs, they can do it again and they can earn VIP 1600. Not everybody that you sign is going to show up on Zooms. Not everybody that you sign is actually going to be ready for it. Not everybody that you sign is hungry enough yet. And sometimes we just have to have grace with them and love them where they're at and continue to plow forward and say, just because you signed up with me and you bought a $400 pack and you did absolutely nothing with it doesn't make me less of a leader. And I'm still going to show up and I'm still going to be passionate about what I do. And I'm still going to talk about it and I'm going to go inspire the next girl until you're ready. Right? Ooh, my voice. But growing into leadership, I feel like is going to be a different Zoom at a different time. But we cannot get discouraged based on our current circumstances is what I'm saying. Just because you've never seen $4,000 in volume on your tracker doesn't mean it's not possible. Just because you've never personally enrolled somebody who hit their VIPs does not mean it's not possible. Right? We have to show up and be confident in what we can do for people. And that is where personal development and leadership development comes into play. And I will tell you that when I started incorporating leadership development, I feel like a light switch kind of flipped for me a little bit because I never wanted to really be a leader. I just didn't. I was just like, no, it's not for me. But it's turned into something that I really like. I really like seeing that light bulb click on for you guys. I really like seeing you guys win. I really like knowing and thinking that maybe I have like a little part in helping you get to your goals, right? And when you have somebody that looks at you and says, literally, like, I watch you every single day and I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for you. And even if it's not monetary right this second, but their life has changed because of you, you'll show up differently. You'll show up differently. You'll be a little bit more confident and you'll start to talk about the business a little bit more. And you'll understand that no matter what you think about yourself, you actually are capable of helping somebody else get out of their hole, right? And so maybe you can talk about things you've never really talked about before. Maybe you can talk about how you're ready to be that leader. Maybe you can talk about how this community and this tribe has grown you as a person and how it's been the environment for growth that you didn't really think that you needed because you were super skeptical whenever you joined this business and you weren't exactly sure if it was going to all line up because you've been in other MLMs before. And so you were a little doubtful when you hit that promoter button, but you had that little spark inside of you that was just like, God, maybe, right? There is somebody on the other side of the screen who feels the way you felt before you clicked that button, and you need to show up and you need to talk to her. And you need to tell her that it's okay to feel the way she's feeling, that you felt that way once before, and this is what you did to overcome it, and this is where you're going. If somebody doesn't trust that you can help them get to that next level, that you can help them achieve a goal, that you can help them earn a $400 bonus, ain't coming, right? If you don't have energy behind your stories, if you're not confident in what you're saying, I don't care if you know everything to say about the business or you know nothing to say about the business. You speak from here. You speak from the heart. And you start to show up a little bit differently, and people start to believe you a little bit differently. And so don't go try to like reinvent the wheel for March, but maybe call yourself out a little bit, right? You're not going to change what you do. You're not going to stop showing up on your stories. You're not going to try to figure out the Pinterest algorithm, or right? Like you're not going to go try to like get an invite to Clubhouse right this second. No, we don't have time for that. We know Facebook, we know Instagram. We're going to stick to what we know. We're going to stick to what's worked before. We're going to fine tune it. We're going to fine tune our message. We might move a little bit faster, right? But what we do doesn't change. Me posting my products on my stories hasn't changed for almost 3 years, right? I just get creative on how I do it. Me talking about the business and me talking about the products, it doesn't change. My story doesn't get any different. I just share like bits and pieces of it. And I share things like how I was overweight and I couldn't fit into anything, so I bought the fucking red hoodie, right? I talk about how I was falling asleep on my kids. I talk about how I have energy now when I come home from work and I'm jumping on the trampoline with my kids. My story doesn't change. I just share it a little different. Just share like little bits and pieces. And so, like I said, don't try to reinvent the wheel, but maybe we need to get a little honest with ourselves and say, okay, where did I actually slack for February? Right? For me, I slacked in engagement on my stories, and stories, newsfeed, all the above. I was consistent. I grew in ways. I grew in leadership, and I grew in oh my God, catfish. I grew in leadership, and I grew in going face to face on my stories a little bit more and sharing opportunity stories a little bit more, because I feel like I would do those maybe once or twice a week. And then I started to get a little bit more consistent with that. But there are areas where I slacked. I slacked on engagement. Some days I would do a round of IPAs and I would do engagement in the morning, and then my day would go absolutely to shit at the hospital, and I would come home and I would be like, well, I did one, right? I've been slacking for a long time now on my health, right? I've been stressed out at the hospital. There's a lot of things that are going on outside of my control. There's nothing I can do about it, but I let emotional eating get to me, right? And so one thing that I am going to be staring at every single day when I wake up now is my body is my business. Because when I was at my highest point and signing customers left and right, not to say I'm not a product of the product, but I was for sure a product of the product. Your girl was doing forearm stands on Instagram. Okay. I tried one today, about fell on my face. Had to use the wall. But like, our body is our business, right? Look at Harriet, what she did over the last 30 days. Did you see her before and after photos? From adding in Sculpt, she's been using 3 steps this whole time. She's been here since October, right? So she's like, what, 4 months into the business, but she just started adding in Sculpt consistently for 30 days. Look at her before and after photos, right? I put them on my stories because I wanted to shout her out. But She's got people in her inbox left and right because they want to know what she's doing, because she's the product of the product. She uses them every single day and she has something to show for it. And I'm not saying you have to have like this amazing weight loss transformation. Sometimes a before and after is a picture of your face and you actually are like lit up. Like you can see it in your eyeballs that you are a different person. Not every before and after is going to be that I lost 20 pounds. Harriet just kind of toned up a little bit. She looks great, right? But if we, like, M has had the same story. She was a 200K for this business and she was super unhealthy. If you look back to, I don't know, maybe 2 years ago, she was super unhealthy. She was overweight and she got her shit together and she was like, listen, like I am the top rank in a nutritional company and I literally eat my feelings every single day. And this is not okay. And so she started getting her together before she got pregnant, before she got married. And she looks great. She looks like a completely different person versus the person that looked like, if you search in trainings from like 2018, 2019, it's completely different M, right? Her body is her business. Right now she's pregnant, it's a little bit different, but our body is our business. And so who am I to sit here and eat boiled peanuts at 10 o'clock at night and think that nobody's watching and it's all fine until I like look a little bit different in my pictures, right? You see it in my face. Anyways, we're not going to go there right now. But I have to start being serious about myself. You spend a lot of time creating content. I want to focus on products, so I'm switching things up. It's okay to switch it up. I spent a lot of time recently talking about the business. And so signing customers for me kind of started slacking a little bit, right? It's okay. It's okay to call yourself out on what you are or aren't doing. That's where we grow. That's where we learn. That's where we pivot. And that's where we move forward. I don't know, I think a couple of you guys were on the planning Zoom this morning, and I don't want to keep you too long, but we're not doing our Zoom tomorrow. We are just gonna hop on the product call. And if you can't hop on the product call, it's fine, right? I'll take notes. Somebody will take notes. I will try to take notes. But for planning, I don't remember who it was. Somebody wanted me to go over like planning, and it was a little confusing on the planning Zoom today as far as like what you do, Kelly. Okay. What you do to plan your posts specifically. So like writing down Zooms, like that's kind of a no-brainer. Like just write it in your calendar and then you're more likely to show up for it. But when it comes to writing down what you want to post about, that was a little overwhelming for me at first too. And so I would write down there like product post, business post, and I would have no idea what I wanted to say about it, even until like the day of sometimes. And still sometimes I get like that, but every now and then, like you'll write down, like one thing she says everybody hates going back to their job on Monday, right? So Mondays or Sundays is a great day to talk about the business, some aspect of the business. And this is why we talk about your 5 things you love about the business, 5 things you love about the products, and 5 things that's easy for you to talk about that just kind of like makes you. And so when you wrote down, so let's say tomorrow you're going to do, let's say you wanted to do a business post. What's one thing you like about the business? Do you like the community of women? Is it different from what you knew previously? Maybe you can kind of like be respectful and talk about that a little bit without naming companies, right? That's a post. Maybe you used to be the girl that cold messaged and you're so thankful that you don't have to do that anymore and you're taught a different way. Maybe like, do you know what I mean? Like just start thinking about things that you like about the business, and you don't have to, not every business post has to be, you can earn $800 in your first 2 weeks and, you know, $200 in free product credit, because when you tell facts like that, almost never converts. Let's just be honest. It almost never converts. People relate more to me telling my story about how I hate my job. Okay. They just do. So that's what she means by write down like product post, business post, product post, business post. So something specific for tomorrow is March 1st. So it's the new month. And so you'll see a lot of people on social media, they'll be like, new month, new goals, new me. So you could always do a post like that. But specifically for tomorrow, we know we have a launch call at 8 p.m. So maybe, and I took this, I'm stealing it, but maybe you feel froggy and you want to do a live video and talk about what a DFT is. I thought that was so simple. When somebody said that on the planning Zoom, they were like, we're launching a DFT tomorrow. So tomorrow I'm going to go on live and I'm only going to talk about the DFT. And I'm going to talk about what it does. And I'm going to show it and I'm going to slap it on and I'm going to show them it's a foam and that it works off a time release and that this is what you feel. You get 3 p.m. and you haven't had coffee, 3 p.m. and you don't need a nap, 3 p.m. and you're not screaming at your kiddos anymore, whatever that means for you. But I thought that was super simple, like super laser focused. I'm going to go on and I'm going to talk about just the DFT. I'm not going to sit here and say, I'm Amber, I work for a nutritional company and it's 3 simple steps. And like, sometimes that's fun. Sometimes that's fine. But tomorrow I thought that was like a sniper, like, boom, we're going in for the kill because we're about to launch a DFT. So I'm going to fit it in. I do have to go to work tomorrow, but I'm going to fit it in. I don't care if nobody shows up on my live video tomorrow. It's probably going to be like 6, 7 o'clock in the morning. So for like California, that's what, like 4 o'clock in the morning. I don't care, right? Sometimes our live videos, believe it or not, are not for the people who are watching your live video. They are for the girl who's on replay. Right. So talk to her. But so that's maybe you want to do a live video and talk about DFTs tomorrow. Maybe you're super nervous to do a live video, but you could put up a post about a DFT and say, I never imagined that this little sticker would do so much for me, and talk about how it makes you feel. Right? It could be super simple. And then boom, tomorrow night, if they launch it late tomorrow night or early Tuesday morning, another post. We have a brand new DFT. I cannot wait to try it. Best one yet for weight loss or whatever. Whatever you want to say, right? That's leading you into Tuesday. Tuesday is a fucking incredible day. Do you know what Tuesday is? Tuesdays are always paydays, right? Tuesday is also the 2nd of March where you get your free product credit. Ha ha. Right? Boom, boom. You can't tell me you don't have anything to post about on Tuesday. Anyways, moving forward. Wednesday, we have our team Zoom at 9 p.m. Our big team Zoom. So Wednesday might be a good day to talk about like community, right? What you like about the girls here, how you feel supported and you feel loved and you feel like they actually care about you and you're not just a number. Thursday, I have no idea what it's going to be, but I put like zinger. And what she means by zinger is just like something short and sweet. Like one day I put, like I had a DFT on my arm and I was holding my steering wheel. I don't care that I drive what do I drive? A Chevy? I don't care that I drive is it a Chevy? Karen, shut up, Karen. I drive a Chevy, right? It's a GMC. Is that a Chevy? Y'all think I'm crazy. What is it? A GMC. I'm stupid. I'm getting really red. So I drive a GMC. Anyways, so I don't care what I drive. I don't drive a Mercedes. I don't drive a Lexus. See, cars are not my thing. But Karen, I love your ass. But so I put up a picture of like my DFT on my arm and I showed my steering wheel a little bit. And I was like, how crazy that this little sticker is going to pay my car payment one day. Right? Boom. It doesn't matter that I don't have it yet. It doesn't matter. Because somebody's going to be over there and they're going to be like, fuck, right? She's earning a car payment soon. Doesn't matter, right? Doesn't matter when it's coming. Just know that your blessings are coming. We're getting a little long-winded here. But anyways, so I might put up something like that, like a little zinger like that on Thursday. And then Friday, I put bold post, both product and business, but it might not be. You might have something else that kind of pops into you. This is why we do personal development. We do leadership development. And if you have something that comes to you, write it down in your notes app. And maybe you're having just like a really shitty day and it's completely fine to put up a selfie and post a quote if you have to. I had a really shitty day the other day. I was getting all in my feels and I put up, I think, a quote and a picture of a book. And I was just like, I have to put a post up, right? It's my non-negotiable, right? Because guess what? You know how they say if you give somebody an inch, they're going to take a mile? Your brain operates the exact same way, honey. Okay. If you give yourself an inch, you're going to take a mile. If you take a day where you don't put up a post, guess what? The next day you're going to be like, meh, didn't really matter that much. I guess I don't have to post today too. Right? You didn't show your products on your stories. Before you know it, it's a week and you haven't shown your products on your stories. And then you're going to be all in your feels. You're going to be like, Amber, I haven't signed anybody. Amber, nobody's in my inbox. Right? Ain't my fault. Right? I can't come put your shoes on for you, honey. Right? Do you feel what I'm saying? Like, my business is my business. And if I don't show up for my business, then I can't be mad when I don't sign a customer. So I don't care what my day looks like. I don't care if my day has gone completely to hell and back in a handbasket. I have set non-negotiables for myself. And when you set non-negotiables for yourself and you start to stick to things and you start to go to bed on time, Amber, and you start to wake up early, or you, whatever these things that are important to you, when you start actually aligning with them and you start actually doing the things that you say that you're going to do, guess what? That's where confidence is grown. That's where you start to trust yourself. That's where you start to say, okay, well, I can accomplish it because I've done it before. Right? Next month is going to be amazing. It is going to be amazing, but it's not going to be amazing if you don't plan for it. And so the planning Zooms are super, super special that we have those now. Write down when, if you plan on doing a live video, write down if you plan on going face to face on your stories. When do you want to talk about samples on your stories? Thursdays are kind of cool to talk about samples on your stories because people get paid on Friday. Or Sunday is a good time to talk about it because they haven't exhausted all their money yet from Friday. Do you know what I mean? Like, just be strategic about when you post things, right? So if I posted about the product on Tuesday when it's the 2nd of the month and we got paid on Tuesday and I got my free product credit, but I was stuck over here putting up a post about the shakes, I've missed my opportunity, right? So be strategic. Think about what your week is going to look like and plan accordingly and set yourself up for success. So write down what your goals are. Put it in the chat or unmute yourself. What are some of your goals for this month? I am going to be working on customer stacking because I don't know why I thought for the longest time that my customers had to go to myself, but they change if you give them away, as in like if I gave you a customer, obviously I would never get paid on that customer because they enrolled under your account. But what I mean by customer stacking is I would put my customers under me and then my customers under Sean. But now I've gotten to the point where those accounts are pretty stable and I'm earning free product credit consistently on both accounts. And so I just keep adding to it, but I never thought until I listened to another leader in this industry who is no correlation to our team with M. She was talking about customer stacking and she was like, listen, like if you have a loyal customer, I have a loyal customer who's been with me since June 2019. And she's never missed a month. And she's been on auto ship every single month. But yet she's not earning free product credit. And so she said something on this Zoom I was watching or something, I don't remember, but Courtney was saying customer stacking, like don't be selfish with customer stacking, right? If you've got somebody like that who's literally been ordering from you for 2 years, maybe she's just scared to talk to you about free product credit. Maybe like she knows, I've talked to her about it before. I'm like, literally, I'll have the conversation for you, Brooke. But maybe she doesn't want to bug me. Maybe she doesn't want to have that conversation with that friend or whatever. But maybe like if I go in March, Brooke is my number one customer for March because I want to put 2 customers under her. The commissions are the same because she's my personally enrolled customer. If I put customers under her, if I put 2 customers under her, it doesn't matter what they order, but if I put 2 customers under her, she's going to earn free product credit on April 2nd. And then I can show her And she's done network marketing before too. She would be great at it. But if I can show her what it's like to earn free product credit, right? Doesn't that do something? If I can do that for her, and the commissions still go to me because she's a customer, she's a directly enrolled customer. So as you start building your business, these are things to think about. But that's just one of my goals for this month is customer stacking. I'm going to work on that. I'm going to get my mama thriving for free. I don't know why she's not thriving for free yet. God. But anyways, I'm going to be working on, I want to stretch. I want to really pay attention to the food that I'm putting in my mouth because my business is my body is my business. What are y'all working on? The gym, Karen. The gym. It's a good goal, right? It doesn't have to be product or business related. Oh, I'm working on growing my hair back. I'm taking the hair gel, not the hair gel, the collagen gel. But I'm offering freebies to my customers, right? Maybe you want to do a giveaway this year. Maybe you want to do a giveaway this month, right? For anybody who buys a sample from you this month, maybe you can give them something free, right? Put them in a giveaway, put them in a little hat and say, anybody who orders a sample from me this month, it's going to put you in a drawing for a giveaway for, I don't know, Target gift card or Starbucks gift card or a 3-day sample for your hubby or, I don't know, a book, something. It doesn't have to be Thrive related. I've given away CBD bath bombs before. Those are bomb. But anyways, I'm getting long-winded here. Set your goals for yourself. Write them down. Okay. There's no way you're going to sell 5 samples if you did not write down that you wanted to sell 5 samples. And if it wasn't something that you're constantly looking at every single day, then it's not going to be that reminder. Oof, I need to talk about samples on my stories. Right? Write down what you did for February, where you want to go for March. And we will go from there. If you want to do a dual live video, I'm down. I'm game. Right? If you're like, I'm so scared to do a live video, guess what? Your girl's been here almost 3 years. Okay. Shoot. We will do it. I'll do it on Instagram. I'll do it on Facebook. I have gotten way past the thought of what somebody else is thinking about me. Take some time to get over that. It does. I'm just being honest. It did for me. But we have a bigger purpose here. We have a bigger purpose here. And God doesn't create junk. Remember that as you go into March. Okay? I love you guys. If you have questions, drop it in the chat. We are not getting on Zoom tomorrow. We'll get on the product call. If you're not on there, cool. I'll write down notes. I'll take notes. No biggie. Okay? But go do something tomorrow. Start fresh. Turn over a new leaf. And do something that you make yourself proud every single day. Right? Every single day. Be proud of what you do. And be proud of what you're here for. Okay? I love you guys. I'm going to hop off. Go get some rest. And we'll chat later.